Stock tip. Best stock setups.
Welcome back to another episode of your favorite stock market show, Stock Daily Update. Well, what do you know? Surprise, surprise, the market continued to rally today and we've reached our preliminary market of 4,300. Actually, I think this was our overall target, 4,300. Seeing as I've said, this would be just a bounce and not a rally. But starting with, I think, 2 p.m., the markets rallied, the volatility grew here exponentially. So this was the volatility, no volatility at all. And then huge volatility here. Take a look at this candle. This is a 2 days movement here. How much? So this is alone here 1.5% alone in this candle. So the volatility grew, and this is all to be traced back to the Fed decision. So the Fed announced a more aggressive rate hike. Until now, it was a 0.25%, and now it's 0.5%. And I do admit I am very much surprised to see how the market reacted. Up until now, the last few couple of months, the market reacted with a sell-off, and this was for a rate hike of 0.25, and now with a rate hike of 0.5, we see an unexpected turn of events. So I'm not sad. I did contemplate after yesterday's closing with liquidating my call option. I held on to it, so a quarter of it I've liquidated in plus minus null, but I've held on to the rest of my position, and it's good that I did so. I'm just curious what tomorrow is going to bring. So for the time being, we've actually reached our whole week's target here. So the week's target was 4,300. Now I think we could adjust this target and we could say 4,400, 4,500, something in this range. So first of all, 4,400, perhaps next week, or eventually 4,500 until we get again a new decision if you're going to go for the all-time high here or turn back down. I'm happy with these developments, a bit unexpected, I admit, but I'm happy with them, and I'm curious to see what the next few days are going to bring. I've also searched for some new setups, and I must admit I didn't find too many quality setups, just 2 or 3, and I'm happy to give you one for free today. And let's just see how the rest of the update, the daily update, is going. The Qs also rallied like it was to be expected. All of the markets rallied, all of the sectors. Take a look at the sectors. So all sectors rallied at the end of the day, and the Qs weren't to stay behind. So the Qs rallied, and the Qs finished with plus over 3% in plus. Also, the IVM rallied. You see here a nice positive movement, and in the daily chart, we've already reached the 20 daily average. In the weekly chart, we are still below the 9 weekly average, and we see here still descending averages, so this would still mean a descending trend. I don't know if the journey has come to an end in the market with this recession or correction or crash or whatever you want to call it. But it is still possible that we are going to reach 3,900 or 3,700. This is still a very big possibility. This might just be just another bounce like the one we had here, and then we might just see ourselves falling back down again, and who knows? Who knows? By the looks of it, I expect it to be just another bounce, at least until we reach for 350 or for 400, for 500, who's to say exactly, but we shall see. The DAX also finished with a bit of a strength today. This is the daily chart here, so with a bit of a strength. Yes, then Euro to US dollar also rallied here. I expected it to go a bit further down, to fall some more and to reach 103 like we see here in the weekly chart. So this is 103, the weekly chart, but it rallied like the rest of the market and it has reached 106 again. It's going to stay here. I don't think so, but it's just my opinion. For we had the same move here and here and here, and then it continued to fall again. And this is what I am expecting, at least until we reach the next level, 103. Perhaps after that, we are going to see it skyrocket again. Oil, almost 5% in plus today. I don't know if this has anything to do with the talks of an oil embargo or not, but it's plus 5%, so this is something. The oil remained pretty much stable the whole time and consolidated, and it looks pretty ready for a new breakout. Let's see how gold is doing. So gold has also shown a bit of strength, but has not regained its losses from last week. It still looks good, not as good as it did 2 weeks ago, but it still looks in okay, just okay. I'm curious what next week is going to bring. If you're going to close next week above this 9-weekly average, then I might reconsider going long in gold again. And silver, pretty much the same story here, like in gold, but with a bit more of weakness. Okay, this is the market report or the daily update. Now I did promise you. So in my portfolio, there are no stocks. There are just some options, and I did promise you a setup. I think this is on holding AG. Yes, this is it. This is it. And this is the setup I had in store for you. On very nice setup. As you can see in the daily, but also in the weekly chart, it looks pretty good, but we need a breakout and we need it sooner than later. On the other side, we might get a breakdown. If the breakdown comes, then our target would be 20, somewhere in the range of 20. So I don't know if it's okay or if it's enough. Enough of a risk-reward ratio here to trade downside. Perhaps not. I might be tempted, but overall it's a good setup with some potential on both sides of the lines, on the upside and on the downside. So there you have it. This is my tip for you today, and thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. Bye now.